Good morning. How do you do? I hope that you are fine. Today, inshallah, we are going to discuss and explain together the present simple tense, or we should say, we will make a short revision about the present simple tense. أنا عارف يا شباب إن كلنا عارفين إيه هو زمن ال present simple tense اللي هو زمن المضارع البسيط. But today we will make a refreshment for our minds. نعمل كده يا شباب زي refresh لبعض، تمام، أو نستذكر الحاجات اللي احنا أخدناها مع بعض last year السنة اللي فاتت. تمام. At first we should know 5 things about the present simple tense. لازم يا شباب في الأول كده نعرف 5 حاجات مع بعض عن ال present simple tense. أول حاجة يا شباب اللي هي form، التكوين بتاعه. تاني حاجة اللي هي use، استخدام. تالت حاجة اللي هي ال key words، كلمات الدالة على الزمن. and after that we should know، لازم نعرف اللي هو ايه question، اللي هو السؤال طبعا يا شباب. وعندنا two kinds of the question، عندنا نوعين من الأسئلة. and the final thing we should know negative، اللي هو طبعا يا شباب النفي. اوكي، تعالوا يا شباب كده نبدأ مع بعض ونعرف أول حاجة اللي هي الفورم. الفورم يا شباب اللي هو verb plus s or es or ies or verb in infinitive. طبعا يا شباب الكلام ده موجود كله مع بعض في الباوربوينت. But at first let's explain it with where to write our notes، عشان نكتب يا شباب مع بعض النوتس بتاعتنا. طب الverb ses and ies with he، she and it، دول يا شباب اللي هما 3 pronouns، الثلاث ضمائر معانا اللي الverb معاهم بيجي في صورة plus s es and ies. like for example يا شباب لو أنا هدي مثال هقول he plays basketball. اوكي يا شباب. طيب، أو هدي another example، هدي مثال تاني هقول she works hard، يعني هي بتعمل بجد. طب ايه ال other or another pronouns؟ the verb will be in infinitive اللي هم I، you، they and final thing I، you, they and we. Okay, like for example I eat my breakfast. Okay, these are, or it's a brief notes about the present simple tense. Now let's move to present simple at PowerPoint and let's explain it in details. Okay, at first, what's the present simple tense? Affirmative here means form، اللي هو يا شباب التكوين بتاعنا، اللي هو طبعا الضمائر بتاعتنا اللي هي I work، he works، وهنا ضفنا الverb s and she works، it works، we work، you work، they work. Okay, here the question and negative، ودول يا شباب هنا ال question السؤال والنيجاتيف النفي هنتكلم عنهم كمان قدام شوية. Okay، طب عندنا we add s to all the verbs، بنضيف s يا شباب لكل الأفعال اللي عندنا. of course not، أكيد طبعا لا. بس تعالى نعرف كده شوية أفعال أو أمثلة بنضيف لها we add s. like for example s works، speaks، writes، loves. for example she always talks about school، هي دايما بتتكلم عن المدرسة. طب عندي أفعال تانية we add es، like for example kisses، reaches، washes، fixes and goes. okay، الأفعال يا شباب اللي هي ends with ss بتنتهي يا إما ب ss يا إما ch يا إما sh يا إما x يا إما o. Okay, we add es. Like for example, Ben never washes his hands. Ben مش بيغسل إيده. Okay, and we also add IES يبقى عندنا SES and IES. We add IES when بنضيفها امتى يا شباب؟ When the verbs ends with Y and before Y the letter will be consonant. يعني اللي عندي يا شباب الحرف بيكون حرف ساكن. Like for example the verb study. Study عندي يا شباب study STUDY and before Y there is D and D is a consonant. We know the vowel of verbs. عندنا يا شباب نعرف طب ايه هي الافعال الساكنه وايه هي الافعال المتحركه. vowel letters اللي هي A E I O U اللي هم طبعا الخمس حاجات. طب لو لقيت عندي الverb ends with Y الفعل بينتهي ب Y وقبله حرف ساكن بعمل ايه؟ we remove Y and add IES. Like for example, study, it becomes studies. Worry, it becomes worries. Cry, it becomes cry. Study, studies. Okay? Shall we add an example? تعالوا شوف كده نقول مع بعض مثال. Mary sometimes studies at night. Mary في بعض الأحيان أو عادة بتذاكر في الليل. Okay? Can we continue? Here is the use of the present simple tense. الاستخدام بتاعه يا شباب امتى بستخدمه؟ زمن المضارع البسيط. To talk about permanent states, facts, general truth اللي هو بيتكلم عن حقائق أو عادات أو حاجات بتحصل معايا بشكل يومية اللي هي اسمها facts حقائق. Like for example I live in London. I live in London طبعا دي حقيقة ومحدش يقدر يغيرها. Okay. To talk about habits. Habits يا شباب اللي هي العادات بتاعتك اللي بتحصل معاك every day. I play football every Tuesday. طبعا دي عادة هو بيعملها هو بيلعب كورة يوم الثلاث. Okay. We can say our day by using the present simple tense. طبعا يا شباب نقدر نقول اليوم بتاعنا كله واحنا بنستخدم زمن المضارع البسيط. Like for example I wake up at 7 o'clock. أنا بصحى كل يوم الساعة 7. I wash my face. طبعا بغسل وشي. I brush my teeth بغسل أسناني. I comb my hair وبسرح شعري. I eat my breakfast وباكل الفطار بتاعي. And after that I go to school by bus وبروح المدرسة بتاعتي بالأتوبيس. Okay, I have 9 lessons وعندي 9 حصص and so on. وتقدر تكمل بقية الحاجات اللي بتحصل معاك on your day by using the present simple tense. And final thing for timetables. Timetables يا شباب اللي هي جداول المواعيد. تمام. For schools للمدرسة train bus planes. Okay. طبعا المواعيد بتبقى حاجات ثابتة. Like for example my flight leaves at 9 o'clock. طبعا الرحلة الجوية بتاعتي هتغادر الساعة 9. Okay. Here is also the use of the present simple tense with a picture. طبعا هنا مدينا example ب picture هنوضحها. I live in London. أنا عايش في لندن. طبعا دي fact حقيقة محدش يقدر يغيرها. Okay. And after that I play football on Tuesdays. Here is the mistake. We will remove S. طبعا هنا يا شباب في غلطة المفروض إن احنا نشيل S. Okay. Also, the use of the present simple with timetables. My flight leaves at 9 o'clock. Here the picture explains the timetables of the present simple tense. Okay. Also, it's also the use of the present simple tense, and here the key words of the present simple. Every Monday, every week, every month. For example, every Monday I go to play basketball. I play basketball with my friends. On Tuesday, I go to visit my friends. Okay? In the morning, afternoon, summer, at Christmas, Easter. طبعا Christmas اللي هو الكريسماس كلنا عارفينه. Easter اللي هو العيد. Okay? adverbs of frequency اللي هي طبعا يا شباب ظروف التكرار. طبعا احنا كلنا بنتكلم عن ان هي حاجات روتين، حاجات بتتكرر معاك. Like for example always, usually, often, sometimes, seldom and never. Okay, always something that you do it repeat. Okay, حاجة بتعملها بشكل مستمر. Okay, I always go to school. أنا دايما طبعا بروح المدرسة. Usually is also يعني أقل منها بحاجة بسيطة. And often, sometimes, seldom and never. Never حاجة أنت مش بتعملها. For example, I never go to school on Friday. أنت طبعا مش بتروح المدرسة يوم الجمعة. Okay. طبعا في عندنا exceptions اللي هي verb to be exceptions اللي هي for example هنقول عليها أمثلة دلوقتي. But we can use adverb frequency with examples. I always have breakfast. أنا دايما باخد الفطار بتاعي. I usually do my homework in the afternoon. أنا عادة بعمل الواجب بتاعي بعد الظهر. I often eat fish. But I am never late for school. طبعا هنا I خدت am. Okay, and here the verb to be. طبعا هنا يا شباب اللي هو verb to be اللي هو am is are. Am with I, is with he, she and it, and are with we, you and they. Okay, it's a verb to be. Okay, here's the short answers. Now we can talk about questions of the present simple tense. We also use do and does. Do with pronouns مع الضمائر you, they, we. Like for example, do you like ice cream? You will answer, yes I do. And does with he, she and it. Does he play football every day? No, he doesn't. Do they wash the car on Mondays? Yes, they do. Does Penny work? No, she doesn't. Do Paul and Jim go to school? Here's a trick. Paul and Jim. Paul, it's a pronoun he, so it should be does. But Paul and Jim both are plural. هما الاثنين مع بعض طبعا جمع. So we use do. Okay, go to school, yes they do. Does Liam watch TV at night? No, he doesn't. طبعا لو عارفين كلنا ليام اللي هو طبعا الممثل المشهور اللي هو ليام نيسون اللي هو الأكتور بتاع مجموعة الأفلام اللي هي Taken ونون ستوب، وأنا شخصيا بحب التمثيل بتاعه. Okay, that is the end of our presentation today. Now we can move to an exercise about the present simple tense. Okay, it's a short exercise and we can answer it together. At first, put it in the correct verb form. يعني نحط يا شباب correct verb فعل صحيح في مكانه. At first, Andy spaced the family car. Andy it's a pronoun. ده ضمير يعود على ايه في الضمائر بتوعنا اللي احنا قلناهم I, we, you, they, he, she, it. Andy it or Andy refers to he. So it should be washes because wash the verb ends with sh. So we add es. Okay. Number two, every morning my mother space at 6 o'clock. هتبقى طبعا gets up. Okay, gets up. Letter C. 3. Mr. Black space emails in the evening. هتبقى Mr. Black writes. Letter B. Okay, and we can also notice here that's a tricky. خلي بالنا يا شباب من التريكات اللي هو بيقولها ممكن طبعا يلخبطنا في الليترز في الحروف. So we should know the correct pronunciation and correct spelling of verb. لازم نعرف ترتيب السبيلنج الصح والنطق الصح للكلمة عشان نحل صح. The girls here is a plural, so it should be do or does. Excellent, it should be does. Mandy and Suzanne space films every weekend. طبعا هنا هما الاتنين مع بعض قلنا singular and singular, so they will become plural. هيبقوا مع بعض جمع. So we will choose watch letter B. After that, his friend to school, space to school. His friend goes to school. And after that, it's a question. And with the question, we use the verb in infinitive. Like, do you play and does he play? So we use the verb in an infinitive way. طبعا فعل في المصدر. Do you like letter A? I. It's a verb to be. And we mentioned verb to be. As I mentioned before, verb to be. As far as I recall, I mentioned verb to be I with am. Excellent. C. It is a beautiful day. John often plays letter B. Okay, which senses questions are correct? At first, which sense is in the simple present؟ أنهي جملة يا شباب من الجمل الموجودة قدامنا دي هي simple present اللي هي المضارع البسيط. طبعا he can a bike a ride, he can ride a bike, he can ride a bike, he can't ride a bike. Excellent. It should be B, letter B. He can ride a bike because after can or modal verb the verb will be in infinitive way. طبعا الفعل يا شباب بعد المودال verb اللي هي الأفعال المساعدة ودول طبعا هنشرحهم مع بعض بس in another lesson في درس تاني يا شباب can plus infinitive. Which sentence is in the simple present؟ أنهي حاجة يا شباب أو أنهي جملة من الجمل الموجودة عندنا دي simple present؟ He has read a book, he is reading a book, he read a book, he reads a book, he will read a book. طبعا هتبقى letter D. He reads a book. Okay. Which negative sentences is in the simple present؟ أنهي جملة من الجمل دول يا شباب اللي هي نفي؟ هتبقى طبعا he does not read a book, and after negative don't and doesn't the verb will be in infinitive like I don't like football. أنا مش بحب الفوتبول أو بحب ألعب كرة القدم. And she doesn't wear a wig وهي مش لابسة باروكة. Okay, with I, we, you, and they, we use don't. But he, she, it, we use doesn't. Okay, which negative sentence is in the simple present? We do not work in a bank. We doesn't work in a bank. We don't work in a bank. So it's clear we don't work in a bank. Okay, which question is in the simple present or the present simple? Do she works? I think it's wrong, it's incorrect. Do she? It's incorrect also. Does she work in an office? I think it's correct. It's letter C. Number 6. Which question is in the simple present؟ أنهي جملة من دول يا شباب في صيغة السؤال في ال present simple في المضارع البسيط؟ Where do you come from? Where does you come from? Where does you come from? I think it should be where do you come from? Letter B. In which sentence is in the simple present used correctly? Carol cleaned the bathroom or Carol cleaned the bathroom. Carol here it's a pronoun for he. طبعا هنا الضمير بتاع he. Carol هضيف مع الverb s. So طبعا هتبقى letter B. In which sentence is in the simple present used correctly? Andrew wash the dishes. It's wrong. Andrew washes the dishes. Andrew washed the dishes. It should be letter B because wash it ends with sh وقلنا الأفعال اللي هي بتنتهي بال sh we add es. Okay. Here is another exercise at the end. Which verb form are used in the simple present؟ قلنا يا شباب ايه هو الفورم او التكوين بتاع المضارع البسيط اللي هو infinitive plus ed infinitive plus ing infinitive plus s have plus infinitive ed طبعا اللي هو infinitive plus s. Okay, which verbs form are correct؟ أنهي يا شباب من دول اللي هو هتبقى correct؟ طبعا هتبقى she is، طبعا الأولانيين دول كلهم غلط. And she plays also it's correct، يبقى D and E. Which verb forms are correct؟ he flies, he lives, he lives, works, he works, I think. So it will be he works, it's correct, and also he lives, it's correct, and he flies, it's correct. Okay, which sentences question are in the simple present? He is 15, it's correct. Do you speak Spanish? Also, it's correct. I am in room 201. She didn't help her mother. It's wrong. She doesn't like milk. It's correct. We are reading a book. It's wrong. She drives a car. It's correct. Okay, here is another question about the keywords of the present simple. طبعا اللي هي الكلمات الدالة على زمن المضارع البسيط. Always, at the moment, every day, now, often, sometimes, yesterday. At the moment it's wrong. Every day it's right. Now it's wrong. Often it's correct. Sometimes also correct. Yesterday it refers to the past simple tense, so it will be wrong. Okay, final question with our present simple today. Which verb auxiliary can be negated by adding not? Am, read, can, is, play, are, speak. I think it's a question for you and you can answer the question and we can discuss it together إن شاء الله in the classroom. طبعا يا شباب هنناقش مع بعض وهنراجع مع بعض الحاجات دي كلها تاني في الكلاس روم. It's a present simple, so if you have a question you can ask me at the classroom. تقدروا يا شباب لو عندكم أي أسئلة تبعتوا لي أو تسألوني إن شاء الله وإحنا مع بعض جوه الفصل. I hope that everything will be okay with you. أتمنى يا شباب إن كل حاجة تبقى كويسة إن شاء الله يعني. Okay, now let's make also a revision about the present simple tense. At first قلنا يا شباب إن إحنا لازم نعرف الحاجات الأساسية بتاعتنا اللي هي الفورم واليوز والكيوردز والكويستشن والنيجاتيف. قلنا مع بعض الحاجات دي باختصار، شرحنا مع بعض from PowerPoint. طبعا اللي محتاج الباور دوا إن شاء الله يجي وأنا هديله الباور أيا كان وهبعتهوله على الفلاش. ممكن إن شاء الله نحاول إن إحنا ننزله مع بعض سوا. Okay, and see you next